let's let f of x equal 4x plus 1 and g of x equal 2x squared plus 5x. And I want to find in part A f composed of f of x. So this time, we've been doing examples where we actually had numbers put for x, but this time we just have a variable. So, of course, this really means that I want to find g of f of x, right? So this really means to take all of f of x and put that into the x in g. Into all the x's in g, right? Not just the first one, but all the x's. So if I do that, right, I'm going to replace this x with 4x plus 1, and that will be squared. Replace this x with 5 times 4x plus 1, bless you. Now, unfortunately, this one has a little more simplification to do. I can square this out, I can combine like terms, and so I certainly want to do that. So, 2 times, and then if I square this out, what do I get? 16x squared. The middle term would be
plus
8x plus
1.
Yeah. And then I'll distribute the 5 through 20x plus 5, and then I need to distribute this 2 out front through yet. 16x plus 2. And then I guess, okay, what can I combine? Well, I just have 1x squared, so it's 32x squared. But then I need to have 16x and 20x would be, so 36x. So question 4, I'm not going to do B on this one. Question 4 says, this time, you're given that h of x is a quantity of 6x minus 2 squared. And I want to find f of x and g of x so that f composed of g of x equals h of x.
Does that say 6x minus 2?
Yeah, 6x minus 2 quantity squared. So this time we're working backwards. I'm giving you what the composition should look like. I want you to find the individual functions. Right? And there's more than one possible answer on questions like this. So you kind of have to think of it in terms of what would be the inside function look like, what would be the outside function. We're trying to find f composed of g of x. So what would be the inside function? G of x, but what would be a good choice for g of x?
6x minus 2.
Yeah, so you see inside this quantity squared will be, we can just have g of x being 6x minus 2. Now we have to have a certain f of x that would fit. So what would f of x have to be? X squared. Very good. So, right, if we put this into this x, then we would get that h of x. And that's the whole idea behind this. Okay, that's the whole idea behind this. And there are more than one way to do that. What I had to do on this, I had to come up with, an inside and outside function to give me this, right? So I kind of start. I guess I think about, well, here's my quantity squared, and so I could have the outside be the x squared. What would I have to put inside that?
Okay.
Now the other options, and it's another one I could have. Let's say that. What if I decide that I'll have the outside function be x minus 2 squared? What would g of x have to be to make this work?
6.
Yeah, 6x, right? If g of x is 6x, I put the 6x into here, I get the same function. So that'd be another option that'd work. Right? So there are multiple options that we could use. Just a matter of finding the inside and the outside function. Why would not just 6? Because if I put just 6 in for x, it'd be 6 minus 2. Right? I need to have 6x in there. Yeah, it goes in for the x, so I have the same one here. Okay? Alright, to end this lesson, you have some of these on the assignment. You asked to find the composition using graphs. So let me show you a graph out of the book, and let's work through it. We can do 48 if we want. And obviously the answers are in here, but let's kind of work through this. Let me get some sticky notes that will help us a bit. So, there, maybe. Alright, so I want to find on A, f composed of g of 2. That says I want to find f of g of 2. Right? So I first find the inside. What is g of 2? Well, g is the red, right? So when x is 2, g is negative 2. So I'm going to replace this with negative 2. So now find f of negative 2. So when x is negative 2, f is negative 4. Right? That's all there is to it. I mean, it's just a matter of looking the values up. So unlike having the expressions, you look them up on this. Next one, g of 0. That's like g of 0. So g of 0 would be, so x is 0, g is 2. I'll cross this out, makes it 2. So now g of 2 is negative 2. G composed, well, I should do like this, g of f of 4. When f is 4, f of 4, so x is 4, f is right here, which is 2. G of 2, we did that before, right? Same as g of 2 is negative 2, like the last one. That's it. That's all there's to those, right? And you have to do those on the assignment.